Here's the two biggest myths that I see about anger in my work. One, we shouldn't have anger at all. It's not useful. It's not something that we should work with. Or two, it's something that we have to express like a catharsis. Like we have to yell and scream and stomp and rage, and then one day all of the anger will come out and it'll be out of us and it'll be gone, right? Do you see how these are two very opposite black and white kind of poles, which tracks really true the fact that anger is a nervous system experience, right? And when we've been through trauma, and I can almost guarantee you that if you hold anger as a huge part of your experience and you notice it a lot in your body, there's likely been some big things that have happened in your life that felt overwhelming, like you didn't get the protection that you needed or you deserved, right? Or that something just wasn't right. Something crossed a line and you were never heard, right? So when we have a history of trauma, which most of us do in this world, we tend to see things as black or white. That's a protective response, right? Two, I am angry all the time. I'm reactive all the time. I am 100% right, right? I am justified in my anger and I need to get it all out. And neither of these are exactly true. They're both myths. And they don't do us any service to actually being able to use the energy of anger, which, if we bring it to a place of more truthfulness, it's about having power inside of your body. It's about having your boundary, your body boundary intact. Anger, when expressed cleanly, is one of the things that cuts through the BS, speaks the truth. Anger helps you take care of yourself in the form of boundaries. It helps you take care of your loved ones in the form of protection. We would never tell a mom or a dad to not get angry in the face of their child being in danger, right? It's protection. And so here again, we're talking about the right use of anger. We've already talked about how anger is not violence, that we're not condoning or justifying people taking out their anger on others or themselves. So here we get to bring it into a place of, what is this actually for? And we don't have to yell and stomp and scream and break things in order to work with our anger. In fact, when it comes to somatic work, oftentimes the view is less is more. The more we can touch into things in a meaningful way that's also safe for our bodies and for other people, the more power there is in that. So the goal isn't to get rid of your anger, and the goal isn't to rage. The goal isn't to act out, and the goal isn't to be right. It's to get into relationship with this part of you that has something really important to say, has something really important to do and take care of in the world. And there's another myth here in that we can't stop being angry until the world changes. That's a big one, right? Because oftentimes we feel so justified, and we are justified in why others have hurt us, why it's not right, why things should change, why the world should change, right? All of that is true. And yet you can't walk around with so much charge inside of your body all the time. It hurts you, right? And it spews out on other people. So the world doesn't have to change in order for us to be less angry. And this is going to sound like, I can hear the parts of my brain that are like, yeah, but what about feminine rage, right? Like rage at the machine and rage against the system and all the things that are wrong with the world. We should be angry. And I agree. I absolutely agree with that. And yet, when it's something, if you think about anger as a nervous system response, as a fight or flight response. If you can never let down a fight or flight response, it is so taxing for your system to constantly be there. So we need to have ways and tools in order for us to pull back from the anger and allow ourselves to settle. And we also need tools to see clearly so that our anger comes from a place of power. And that doesn't mean that we don't speak, and that doesn't mean we don't take action. It means that we do it from a place that feels less like we're constantly being attacked and we need to defend ourselves, and more like, this is what I believe. This is what's true. These are my limits. Next video, I'm going to talk a little bit about my favorite things that I love to see people finding their power around, what it actually looks like for somebody to work through their anger in a somatic journey. And I might talk a little bit about my own experience. See you there.